Expense accounts, chemistry tests, cards, local politics, national presidential elections, marriages, but mostly NASCAR. Perhaps the New England Patriots. Actually, you know, stock car racing, it's not called cheating, it's just trying to get away with stuff. Very subtle difference. Jeremy Schaap on those past souls who have looked for an edge outside the rules.
Perhaps it's only fitting that the New England Patriots stand accused of stealing their opponent's signals. After all, Boston has been the site of some of the greatest thefts and attempted thefts of all time. There was the Boston Tea Party and the Brinks heist, and of course there was Rosie Ruiz, who in 1980 hopped a bus as she was supposedly running the Boston Marathon. As long as men and women have been competing against each other, some have chosen to cut corners and even axles. The ancient Olympics were founded by a man named Pelops, who won his bride by disabling her father's chariot before they were to race. The most notable act of cheating ever in sports took place in 1986 in the World Cup. Just 4 years after its defeat at the hands of the British in the Falkland Islands War, Argentina played England in the tournament quarterfinals. Diego Maradona scored the game winner, but not with his head or foot. He said the goal was scored by the hand of God. More recently, Maradona admitted that it had been the hand of Diego. And then there's Bobby Thompson's shot heard round the world. The most iconic moment in the long history of the national pastime has been marred by accusations that the New York Giants were stealing the Brooklyn Dodgers signs. Even Little League has been touched by the spirit of Pelops. When Danny Almonte led his Bronx Little League team to the World Series 6 years ago, he was hailed as the greatest 13-year-old pitcher ever.
Danny Almonte, we have a Little League World Series perfect game. How about it?
One problem. Almonte was 15, too old to play Little League. In baseball over the years, there's been plenty of low-tech cheating. Gaylord Perry and his Vaseline, Joe Niekro and his Emery board, Sammy Sosa and his cork. And now there's been plenty of high-tech cheating, too.
I have never used steroids, period.
In the pantheon of cheaters, Ben Johnson must be afforded special recognition. In October 1988, at the Olympics in Seoul, Johnson won the most anticipated foot race ever, a showdown with Carl Lewis. Johnson won in 9.79 seconds, obliterating the world record. Johnson, however, tested positive for the steroid Dianabol.
The urine sample of Ben Johnson was found to contain the metabolites of a banned substance.
Johnson was stripped of his gold medal, but generously was allowed to keep the bronze medal he'd won 4 years earlier in Los Angeles. It remains to be seen whether Bill Belichick will assume a place in the rogues gallery of sports already populated by such figures as Johnson, Perry, and Sosa. But if it's ever shown that cheating helped the Patriots win 3 Super Bowls, you can bet that other teams will start shopping for cameras too.
Now on ESPN.com, John Clayton says armed with evidence, Roger Goodell will punish the Pats, and he says that might also lead to defensive players getting radio helmets like the offensive guys. League-wide reaction now.
Live by the saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I mean, I think that's the way they live off that statement. And so nothing surprises me, really. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I know another point of interest is the investigation, and really nothing's changed there either. It's a league matter. The league's handling it, and we're moving on to Baltimore.
No doubt it's an advantage. Is you still have to produce. You still have to, okay, you know blitz is coming. Still got to make a good throw. Guys still have to block. You still have to run the route right. But there's no doubt it gives you an advantage.
It's just hilarious, you know, that they did it and also got caught, because it makes you wonder how long they've been doing that. And you know, we played them in New England before, and it seemed like they knew everything we were doing. Cheating is cheating. So whatever happens, happens.
Well, I can't sit there and look at the defensive coordinator and not to mention that would be so obvious. Cover 2. Then we're out of time.
Well, rarely are soccer highlights explosive, and rarely are the Netherlands and Albania on SportsCenter. They both are, and we'll show you why.